Cedric Maxwell podcast
is brought to you by Prize Picks and the Game Time app.
All right, it's another episode of the Cedric Maxwell podcast. I'm Josue Pavon. He is, of course, Cedric Maxwell. And we're joined by Boston Globe's Gary Washburn, 1/3 of the big NBA 3 podcast here on CLNS Media. How you been, Gary? What a hell of a summer you having, man. It's almost done.
Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot going on. Obviously, the finals, and then a few weeks later, just went to Paris for the Olympics, and now just been kind of relaxing. Kicking back a little bit since before, obviously things pick up again in late September. But yeah, everything is good. It was been an eventful summer. It's short. I mean, we almost back to this whole thing again, but yeah, everything's been good. I haven't caught up with Max. I haven't seen Max, kind of been on a low profile tip. So I'm definitely eager to learn what's going on with Max.
Well, I ain't been doing nothing, brother. I'm just down here in Charlotte relaxing. When I hear about you being over in Paris, how did me and Josue get on that ticket, man? With you going to Paris. It wasn't like you were covering the Celtics or nothing, but
Right. That sounds like the greatest summer for any NBA writer. You just oh yeah, it was cool. It was all right.
No, it worked out well. I was happy, man. So
we. That's all we, Negro. We. Okay. Yeah.
You got no France stories? You gotta give us something, man. Did you wear that hat? What's it?
Oh hell no.
I'll put myself out there right now.
What hat?
You know the hat. Damn, it starts with a B. Damn it. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the beret. That's it. Damn it. I should have looked that up before we started the show.
You need to get some culture, dog. Start with a B.
I knew you knew what I was talking about, but I was like, Gary's gonna make me look even worse.
He's talking about a beret.
Well, Gary,
this Boston public school education system, man.
Before
the charter schools, yes, before the charter schools.
Let you Gary, down, man.
Us a little bit about this. We heard so much about the Olympics. We heard so much about the basketball part of it, but the blowback with Jason Tatum seems like everybody that sees me, the first thing they're saying is they did your boy wrong. They did your boy wrong. And I keep hearing that. Did you feel that over there? Did you talk to Tatum about he got done wrong?
I had a brief conversation with Jason out there, a couple of them, and he was just confused. I think the whole level of confusion, and there's just a lot going on. I think with the roster, I think Kerr had his favorites, and and that's not a bad thing. I don't think it's bad coaching, but he obviously had a real affinity for Devin Booker. Okay, he really liked the adjustments that Devin made, kind of changing his role from what he does in Phoenix, which is primarily a scorer, to being a defender, kind of being that glue guy, Swiss Army knife type of guy. And Jason just never really got into a flow with Team USA. He was thinking too much. He was trying to make moves. He just didn't play in the flow. You could just tell he was not in a rhythm. And is that Kerr's fault? Was it the playing time? And I also think Jason just didn't play well. Mm-hmm. His shot wasn't going down. He was afraid to shoot threes. One of his threes hit the side of the backboard. One of his corner threes. He did not play well. Obviously, we've been watching Jason since he was 19 years old, and you can tell when Jason's going, and you can tell when Jason's trying too hard or thinking. And I think he was thinking a little too much, trying to get in. And I think when you look at other guys like Anthony Edwards, people, he should have played like Anthony Edwards. Did the best. He shot like 50-something% from three. He was scoring. He was efficient. Devin Booker was efficient. If you look at the shooting, Jason was not efficient. And so do you blame Kerr for not giving him extended minutes to try to get himself out of it? Or do you say, hey, Jason, you just got to play better because you're on a team filled with Hall of Famers? And future Hall of Famers. And if you don't step up, you're going to be right next to Halliburton on the bench, which he was. He decided, I don't know what he had against Halliburton. obviously Halliburton's first Olympics, but Jayson was the second best player on Team USA in 2021 in Tokyo behind Kevin Durant. But I think once Durant came back from this injury, Jason's minutes suffered. Obviously didn't play either game against Serbia. I didn't understand it, but I also thought Jayson didn't help his case by not playing well at all either. That was the thing too. It wasn't like Jayson was lighting it up. He wasn't.
Why and you say that, and it's like so many people are pissed off. I'm like, Steve Kerr's job was one thing. That was to win an Olympic medal. And he did that with the team that he had. I don't think that, you can look back and so slapping down on him. Everybody says, well, will this affect Tatum, going into next year? Because there's going to be a lot of people going to be going at him because you didn't play. But what a season that young man had, to win an NBA title, to get a gold medal, to get married, to have a new baby, and coming into a new season. It was what dreams was made of, other than the fact he didn't play that much, but everybody can't play in those situations. I don't care who you are. And Steve Kerr, I thought, kind of did what he needed to do. And, we did what he needed to do because he won an Olympic medal. Now, tell me just how exciting it was over there when Steph Curry got going. Because that seemed
crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before in my life.
It was crazy because, it was in Paris. So obviously most of the fans were great in the sense of you could tell that they loved their home country and France was getting but they also love NBA basketball. They love LeBron. They love Steph. Durant. They are very fond of the superstars of the NBA. Mm-hmm. So whenever those guys did something, they weren't like they were booing. The only person they booed was Embiid because he didn't play for Team France and all that stuff. But everybody else was kind of like they liked them. So it turned from France having a chance to win and coming close and then Steph going off and the crowd was like, well, this is history. We're going to cheer for this guy. So the crowd got into it. I mean, it was a surreal atmosphere because you're like, okay, what's going to happen here? And then Steph goes on his tangent, just boom, 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 4 and 2 minutes and 12 seconds and just carries them. And it was like watching, obviously, a magician at work, an artist at work, Barishnikov, however you want to put it, just an artist, just putting everything. And then obviously that final one with 2 defenders and him just flipping it up there. And you're like, oh, my goodness. So the fans were going crazy. They knew it was history being made. They knew that obviously the greatest shooter of the world is playing like the greatest shooter in the world. So for me, I thought it was a tremendous, it was amazing atmosphere. And even as the French fans were not booing, they were into it. They knew. I mean, I don't think they envisioned their team winning the gold medal in basketball, but to see them play a good game, get into it, and then all of a sudden Steph goes nuts. That was a surreal atmosphere.
Yeah, I feel like he saved the best for last, man. The gold medal game and the game leading into that, it was unreal to see him do that on that international stage for sure. But to get back to what you were saying about Jayson Tatum, and I don't subscribe to this theory, but I do want to ask you, do you think there's anything about what happened in 2024, being out there in France, that would discourage him to do this again? And I'm not saying as if like, oh, well, don't worry about it. Reports saying that Steve Kerr's not going to be around. I mean, regardless, do you think he's going to be hesitant to go back, especially when it's going to be, here in the U.S. and in L.A.?
I don't think it'll be. I think he'll think deeply about it. And I think obviously we're talking about 4 years from now. 4 years from now, he could have an MVP. He could have another championship. His status will be considerably likely different in the NBA than it is now. Now, people are questioning whether he's a top 5 player. And I understand all that because he didn't show it amongst his peers. Like he didn't show, I'm the best dude on the floor on any game that he played with team. He was just kind of blended in. And, he's got to, I would say, reprove himself a little bit. He should be fired up. And do I think he got done wrong? Yeah, I think Kerr could have handled it a lot better.
How?
I think you got to give him a chance to play. You can't You can't DNP. You can't DNP him. You can't DNP him, Max. You can't DNP him. You got to give him a chance to play.
Gary, you made
You got two of them
already. You said
no, he wasn't good, but there was other guys who weren't good. Steph wasn't good until the last 2 games. Steph got a chance. I mean,
Steph, here's the points you make. You say he didn't shoot it well.
No.
He wasn't confident. He didn't have any swagger about it. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to put you in the game and let you play yourself out of it. When in fact, your job is to win the Olympics.
I agree with that.
And
but I think you put him in games, Puerto Rico, you try to give him an opportunity to break out of that thing, and it never happened. And then, I said, Tatum could, and then defensively, I thought Tatum could have brought a lot to the table too. It wasn't just shooting the ball. I thought Tatum could have given them versatility. I mean, they weren't good defensively against Serbia. You don't give them a shot there. They were allowing nothing but, they allowed 15 3-pointers in the first 3 quarters, I think. I mean, Serbia was shooting the lights out of the ball. The defense was terrible. You can't give them a shot there. Hey, Jason, get us a stop, get us some rebounds. I thought he did other things well. Played defense, got some rebounds, a block shot, a steal. I mean, he did the other little things well. He just wasn't scoring the ball well. So I do understand why he didn't play as many minutes. But 2 DNPs, I thought you could have put him in there and given him an opportunity to play.
Well, couldn't you put Halliburton in there?
He could have done that too. I thought Halliburton was going to bring something to the table too.
I think as a coach, you have to make a decision about guys who are going to play and guys who aren't going to play and how effective your game plan is. I love Jason Tatum, but in this game plan, he used Durant. He made sure LeBron, and what does this also do? It's a 2-part question here. What does this also do to LeBron James' legacy? My God, that man was like a machine. Man, I mean, it was crazy to see him at that age doing what he was able to do.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, you have to give him his props. Now, you want to say he's better than Jordan? There's a debate there. You want to say he's the greatest of all time? For sure, he could be that guy. But just at age 39, being the most energetic player on the floor, being unstoppable, getting to the rim, just kind of having that dog, just that guy. I just thought that was pretty tremendous that he gave his all, and you're like, well, he could never play in 28. Maybe he could. He'd be 43 years old. You never know.
Oh, that's crazy.
You put nothing past him. You can't put anything past this man at this point in his career. He has played 21 years of just high-level basketball. That's never been done by Jordan, by nobody in this league. Our friend Robert Parrish played 21 years, Kevin Willis. There's guys who've played 21 years. Vince Carter played 20 years, but not at this level, sustained level.
At that level you're talking about with Robert Parrish and Kevin Willis and guys like that, they were watchers. They weren't driving the bus. LeBron James was driving the bus. And that's what was so crazy for me to see. His overall persona, his strength, the way he affected, I could see the players on the other teams being intimidated by LeBron James as if he was, 24, 25. Instead of going at this dude, they shied away from him. And that was kind of, it was baffling to me, but it's almost like he walked out there and he had a gold suit around him. People were being aggressive. People were pretty much showing homage to him, but he played in that way, which was fascinating to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is obviously just one of the top 2 all time. If you want to put him, I'm not going to laugh anymore or say what the hell are you talking about if you say he's greater than Jordan. Although I think the cases are different a little bit. But
when you said top 2, I'm like, you a Jordan guy. I'm a Jordan guy too. But
yeah, I mean,
how are things different now that you look at it? I mean, he's played.
This is the extended career that he's given, the playing until no one's played at this level at age 39. No, but not Jordan. Even though Jordan averaged 20 points a game at 40 years old for the Wizards, people always want to diss on the Jordan Wizards that era, and always because they weren't good. but Jordan averaged 20 points a game, and he had like a 55-point game, I want to say, in his last year.
He did.
I mean, so it wasn't like Jordan, and Jordan had bad knees. His knees were done. He played with the Wizards as kind of a PR move because nothing else was working in Washington, and nothing has really worked since in Washington.
For real.
But if you're looking at like overall resume, besides the finals,
Yes.
and you can go back. Can you blame LeBron for the Lakers not being successful over the last few years since the bubble championship? You could put that on some of that on him. But in terms of sustained dominance in the game and still being a top 10 player, now you might want to say, is he top 5? You could probably argue that he's not right now.
Top 10 is enough. Top 10 is
top 10, totally.
Yeah.
You put Jokic and you put Giannis, and do you want to put Anthony Edwards in there or whatever? Do you want to put other guy? Are there other guys you would say Steph or whatever? You can maybe push LeBron back to 6 or 7, but that's about it. Like he's still a top 10 bona fide player in the league at age 39, and we'll see if this will catapult him into this season with the Lakers. Because obviously they need to win something. The clock is ticking for that team.
Too bad.
Huh?
Too bad.
Too bad.
Sorry.
So
Max don't want to see that.
No.
I asked Max if he wanted to see another Celtics-Lakers finals. He said, "No, I'm good." I was like, all right.
Lakers ain't gonna get there.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying, hypothetically, man, LeBron versus Tatum. There's a lot of stuff that would be fun, man.
But just the fact that level of dominance, you got to give LeBron his props. You have to give him his credit. And does he sell the whole thing, put the king crown around his head? I might not do all that.
Well, let's talk about it this way. LeBron James was dominant in a 3-week period that he's been that good. We can look at this season. He was good, but he wasn't that good.
Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. They've got over 5 million active members. Look, it is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Now, unlike all the other apps, Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. That's it. Now, you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And 1 Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks every week in September. That's right. Only 1 yard gets you an automatic win every football weekend in September. 4 weeks of free W's. Don't miss this deal on Prize Picks because it's gone when September ends. Now, here's an example of a player projection lineup. You could be going Tyreek Hill for more than 90 receiving yards or Dak Prescott for more than 263 passing yards. On the other end, Josh Allen for less than 240 passing yards and CeeDee Lamb for more than 96 receiving yards. You like those picks? So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Well, you look at him going, oh my God, this is it. So I don't think. Now, Josue, I got to ask you. So, Gary, what were some of your favorite things you did in Paris? Because this is when brothers want to know, like, what was your favorite drink? What you had to eat? Is that you're that different brother? Like you.
Honestly, okay. So
I heard at your wedding you had, cookies, a cookie and ice cream. Isn't that right?
Thank you, Josue.
Josue,
Something like that, yeah.
I don't think people know. I didn't get invited. I was there, and
Damn it, Max. That's why Gary don't invite me to anything anymore.
I'm gonna let it out. That Josue all of a sudden said, "Yo, man, where were you at?" I'm like, "For what?" He said, "Gary's wedding." I'm like, "Gary's wedding? When did Gary get married?"
Right there, I just stopped talking. Gary, I swear, I just stopped talking. He's like, you're looking at me like,
here I was.
You ain't gonna answer my question?
I thought it was a destination wedding. I'm like, so where'd he get married? Oh, he got married right down the street from you. I'm like, what? I see this brother later on
in the South Shore.
Wedding, and he going, Oh, I bad. So what were your favorite things to eat over in Paris? Where you there? Some of the favorite.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's interesting. Like French food. What I experienced, because first 2 weeks I spent in Lille, which is a suburb, which is where they played the group play, of the Olympics basketball, and that was a really neat city. It was about 2 hours north of Paris. Really neat, lots to do, cool suburb. Downtown was popping in terms of like nice restaurants, train station. People just walk around like kind of what you would see with Paris, but sort of like a smaller Paris. I mean, honestly, the food, like, there's a lot of pastries. If you love chocolate, Paris the place to go.
I like cookies.
Yeah, croissants, all of that. But a lot of cheese. Everything got cheese on it. But I didn't have like this French meal. Like I ate a lot of Asian food, a lot of different nationalities. At the arena,
Gary said, "Give me the combo plate, man.
Yeah,
give me the boneless spare ribs."
Did you find Popeyes over there or something like that?
Yeah, right.
KFC. They got a KFC over there. Yep, show did.
Damn, Gary, you was homesick. Gary was homesick, man.
They didn't, because the arena food was like terrible. Like the arena food they had this like really smashed down ham and cheese sandwich. It was like, no, I'm all set. Like grilled cheese, like something you made and you put like the dude.
Something you can make at the crib.
Yeah, so you put the iron on it to get to smash it. It was like, this is what y'all offering? And they had one night I had French
like
fries.
Mr. Shuttlesworth, and he got game.
One night you had what?
The French fries for dinner. It was like, I ain't eating this ham and cheese. I'm going to buy two orders of fries.
Oh.
So, and then the KFC.
The fries weren't even popping. The fries weren't great.
Fries were pretty good. French fries in France. They got to land on that, right?
They got to hit that. Yeah.
So the KFC was okay. They had like a lot of chicken tenders. It wasn't like I could order like a 2-piece or the original extra crispy. They don't have like the extra crispy and all that. They had like tenders and sandwiches. So it was a little different kind of KFC, but it was KFC. So I didn't eat, like I had good food, like went to some restaurants in Paris. It was Thai food, Mexican. That I went to an American spot. Like I didn't eat like this authentic. It wasn't like I was eating escargot and all that. No. I mean,
What about the other Olympic events? Did you check anything out? I know you checked out that breakdancing.
No, I did not see. I just not see your girl from Australia.
Yo, that was wild. That was crazy.
You know what kills me, Max? You know what kills me? There's brothers out there.
The kangaroo joint was wild. She's trolling.
There's brothers out there who are like 60 years old, who used to get arrested and locked up for breaking, or looking at this and be like, "Oh, this is what we doing now." Like this is the event. Y'all, first of all, y'all took 35 extra years to have breaking. I couldn't, like these old brothers is like, I couldn't compete back then, and now
right.
And that's our sport. That's what we like. What the hell?
Yeah, she ruined it for everyone, man. That'd be cool to have in LA. Now that's not happening. They're gonna bring that back.
Nope.
So which one did you see that you liked? Another event that you liked?
I went to track and field. That was cool. The stadium,
man,
atmosphere was really.
Stadium must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was the track and field. I went to track and field. The rest, I watched nothing but basketball in person. I didn't get a chance to go to a lot of events. I was just watching everything on. In the front, the TV in France was like, it was terrible because everything was in French. They had no.
It's supposed to be, Gary. It's supposed to be.
They got one English station. Yeah, one English station, BBC. So if you wanted to watch the news, that was the spot.
that was in English. That was it.
And they were fascinated with American politics and news. So when Biden stepped down, that was a huge.
Oh man, that must have been crazy for them. Yeah.
And they had some German stations too on the television. So you watch whatever Netflix, and then the Olympic Channel only would show basically Team France. So if you didn't like Team France, they were not showing anything like, the 100 meters between Noah Lyles. Like they were showing if there was a French dude in it or a French athlete, they were showing it. If not, you had to try to watch it on your phone or something like that. So I mean, it was a lot of chilling in the room, reading or watching Netflix, because French TV.
Well, I tell you what. Here in the States, and I guess Josue might go along with me. He might not. If I don't see Snoop Dogg anymore in life, I'll be. Damn.
Oh man, you tired of Snoop already?
Josue, how many times have we seen him? Yes.
Yeah, I read somewhere he got up to about 16 million new followers, global followers, like brand. You know what I mean? Like this is. Yeah. I hate to say it, Max, but he might be popping up left and right in random spots within the next like year or so, man. He's trending right now for sure, globally trending.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him.
I did think it was random though, Max. When he first, I was like, yo, why is Snoop here?
But
then like
every event,
he blew up.
He was at swimming. He was at equestrian. He was when fencing. I mean, I'm like, damn. I mean, is anybody else there? And it was just kind of crazy to see how that went. And I was like, this for my podcast, I got to get a feel for, because like it seemed like he was bigger than most of the athletes who were there.
For real.
Yeah.
Did you hear about real quick? I just remembered right now. You hear about Dr. Dre wants to participate in archery.
I saw that. He wanted to do.
You saw that? Huh?
He should be doing shooting.
No.
I don't know if he can top my boy though. That dude that went viral, man. My man pulled up with his own pistol, man. That dude was an assassin.
Pistol. Yeah, I thought he might be black. He had his own pistol, no glasses, no armor.
He had his hand in his pocket.
I know some brothers in the States is like, man, I can play that event.
Dude, tryouts for Team USA is gonna be wild in LA.
Where the phone number at that I can call a tryout in LA?
Well, you know what I did like?
You can bring your own. You can bring your own gun. You can bring your own gun.
That's gonna be crazy.
I tell you what I did like about France, though, the fact that it was the way it was. It seemed like it was culturally so good. It was like a lot of the French culture, the buildings, the stadium, everything was so. Whereas I'm looking at this handoff to LA, and that went like it was like super. I mean, it was like LA
on the beach,
LA, which always seemed like wow. That would seem like it's going to be too much.
It's going to be interesting. They're trying to make LA no transportation, no cars. That's going to work.
Ain't no way.
They're playing basketball at the new Clippers arena. They're playing. I think they're still using the Coliseum for something.
I feel like they have to, right? Because you can't just have one or two venues.
They're turning SoFi into the swimming. The football stadium is going to be where swimming is. They're moving some stuff around, so it should be interesting to see how it goes in LA.
LA with no cars. Is that what you're saying?
No car. That ain't gonna work.
How the hell is that gonna happen? How can I get to the swap meet over in Crenshaw?
Swap meet.
Come on.
He needs his car for that for sure.
I mean, they got this. Oh, you gonna tell me they got the train going up to Crenshaw to swap meet?
First of all, you don't
for the tourists.
You don't take the public transportation to LA is like growing up. You was not gonna get no girl talking about I'll meet you on the bus on the bus line. You gotta have you a car, man. Anybody from LA can attest to this. Growing up, like the bus was kind of like the first thing you did when you got a piece of money is buy a car. You could not take. And I know Boston's got this train line. People do that. Oh, I'll take the green line to work and. Oh hell no!
That's the thing. That's why I hate when people complain about the team, man. Because I'm like, yo, so many other major cities have it way worse than
you have to have your ride in LA. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, I mean, the Olympics was a great experience. I suggest anybody who can cover it or go. It's I'm just disappointed that Boston didn't really. I know there was apparently it's going to be like a $10 billion investment. I'm just because it changes the complexion of your city. Like I think there'd have been a bunch of kids growing up now who would have seen that and been in that atmosphere. I was around, aging myself in '84 when the Olympics were in LA, and I went to, believe it or not, I went to basketball. I was a third row, and I mean, after you could just go up and buy tickets. I saw the U.S. play France with Michael, MJ and Ewing and all those guys. I went to 2 women's basketball games with Cheryl Miller and Lynette Woodard and those great players. And I went to a baseball game. I took one of the few things, few good memories, honestly, not to be funny. When my father was me, we went to an Olympic baseball game at Dodger Stadium. And that was 40 years ago, and I remember those days.
And that's one of the events they dropped, right?
Yeah, they're bringing baseball back, but they're aren't
they gonna? I heard that they're gonna drop the breakdancing now.
The breakdancing gone, man. I think they're bringing.
If you won the Olympic gold in breakdancing, that was it.
You gotta wait for Australia, but they're bringing lacrosse.
That girl ruined it for everybody.
Cricket.
Man.
I think lacrosse, cricket, softball, and baseball. And I think something else, but I know cricket. Hey, we'll see how that goes. I mean, I ain't seen no U.S. cricket team. Maybe there is one. Softball, they're playing in Oklahoma City because they don't have the facilities so they're going to be playing all the way across the country. But I would suggest anybody try to get there. And I said I'm disappointed that Boston didn't, quite honestly, make a bid because it would have changed the complexion of the city. The traffic would have been crazy, but to have that event in your city and all those people from all over the world, just to see the international, the people. I mean, Max, it was just to see, like, honestly, the journalists from Africa and the cover, and they're wearing their colors of their country, and it's like moving to see.
Were you wearing the colors of your country?
I was not wearing the colors of our country. No. Like I know,
they know. Come on, Max, they know. Like that's an American right there.
I was talking to our friend. And the one person
you did not represent. One, you say you went over there, you didn't eat any French food.
No.
Then you get over there and you say, "Well, I was watching."
I didn't wear no USA jacket. Like a lot of the journalists from the other countries wear stuff representing their country.
Everything was there.
Like we just. Max, we just don't do that. We don't U.S. food. Like we don't be claiming U.S.
True.
Like that.
Because everybody knows, man. Everybody knows.
Then, honestly,
and I know both of y'all can feel me on that. When you're in another country, people just know you from America. Man.
Look at you. I tell you what you do.
But you would see
break out with a grill, man. Break out with a damn grill.
With the grill, no, that's come on.
And a beat box.
That's a dead giveaway.
USA.
But I was like, the thing was, it was when you see all the anthems. And you see all the other athletes, the hoopers, and they singing their anthem, and it's all awesome. And then the United States Star Spangled Banner, and everybody all the U.S. players like, because we're so used to them hearing the thing, we don't like. We need to revamp maybe the anthem a little bit because our other anthems, like I was bobbing my head like the Serbian anthem. Serbian anthem kind of bumping, and the French anthem, and just seeing them come around and sing, and we just don't have that type of like patriotism. So, but you would see other countries wearing their country, like Finland, and like they repping. We don't really do that in the States, but
let's tie this in.
It's because we got too used to it, man.
I just
since we were kids, you got to stand up and look at the flag.
Maybe we get that going.
Well, let's tie this
or maybe if we'd had Marvin Gaye sing every anthem, we would have been.
That would have been the official anthem.
That would have been effects, but
if you want to make a memory, you got to go to Game Time. All right, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you all the incredible deals and the great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of seats. You've got the super deal. Don't forget about the super deal. And curated deals. They make it easier to find the best price on great seats. And I think this is so cool is when you click on the ticket, right? You go to the app, if you want to go to a game in Boston, you want to go to a game in New York or Philadelphia, whatever, you go to the city and you click on the game you want to go to, and then they just show you a great, easy to read layout of the stadium. And then you click on the seat you want, and then you get a view of the seat right from there. Boom. You know what you're buying. So you get seat views before you buy, and they have the lowest price guarantee, event cancellation, protection, job loss. It's terrific. So toggling here with the Game Time app. Now, this feature shows the total upfront, no surprise fees at checkout, so you know what you're dealing with. You don't click on the button after and you go, wait a minute, what's that extra $20 for? Also, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference for the lowest price guarantee. They have the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you up to 100% of the difference. And your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take the guesswork of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
Let me. We're gonna tie something in here that we did. We had Ice Cube on.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about a couple of things. First of all, I said, when I saw him in Boston, and so I walked up to him, and he looked at me, and he went, "Fucking cornbread."
Yeah.
but we talked to him about the big three, and then we talked about Olympic 3-on-3 basketball. Did you get a chance to see any of the 3-on-3? And we talked to Ice Cube because Ice Cube wanted his championship team to challenge the Olympic championship team. And
the Netherlands.
People kind of kicked it away, said they wouldn't do it, but he was a
first of all, like Max, like that. I don't know if have y'all watched the 3-on-3? That's nonstop. Like that is that is like you got to be in mad shape, and people think that it's three big husky brothers like at the park, like it used to be, posted up. No. Like you don't stop. The games are 15 minutes like that. We got to really, and I it's embarrassing for the U.S. to be terrible. And we lost one of them games. We lost to the gold medal team 21-6. Like
the final score.
But let me ask you this: the gold medal. Our best players over?
No. Well, who you gonna say? One, you got like this is what I learned about it. You have to be in their circuit. Like you got to tour all over the world. So you could get maybe retired players who are like, or let's say a guy from the G League or something who's like, you know what, I want to give up a season in the G League before the Olympics, and I want to go because they play in the Netherlands, they play in Mongolia, they play in like 3-on-3 hoop outside of the United States is big. Wow. Like it's kind of crazy. Like I don't know what we were doing, but we just was chilling, and all these other countries was catching up and playing 3-on-3 ball. So like we're losing to like Spain and like we're losing.
It's like a recreational thing out here. That's true.
We're losing to the Netherlands. The Netherlands won the gold. Well,
now he wants to.
Like Max, Josue, we can't get three brothers from Boston. Like, we can't. That's like I couldn't believe it.
There needs to be like a national tournament, and then they just form the best three out of that tournament or something like that.
International tour. So you can't. What the United States can't do is get three NBA dudes in 2027. Like, okay, we gonna get Anthony Edwards. We gonna get Cooper. Or not. People are not in the Olympic team. Like, we gonna get three like good NBA players and just put them on 3-on-3 because they haven't toured. They don't have the points. So that's the thing. It would take like these players to have to literally give up a season and go on this tour to earn the points to be able to qualify to play.
So the guys that were over there, they qualified to play?
Like Jimmer Fredette, yes, they were in the circuit. Oh, so that's the thing. So the Netherlands, like I'm sure Ice Cube said, did accept, but FIBA stepped in and said it was y'all to give us enough advance notice or whatever.
Right. So in response to that, he wants to do an international tournament in like January with the big 3 All-Stars going up against, whether it's the Netherlands. He said about 4 or 5 countries, and he's hoping that that FIBA will agree to that somewhere around January.
It was good. It was fun to see I went to the game, the big 3 game, championship game, and it's a skill. It's a skill, and you still got guys that extends careers. I like it. I liked it. It was good to see.
Green went off, man.
Gerald Green. Gerald Green was a part of the championship team. And I like Gerald. I think Gerald was a little, first of all, like Anthony Edwards saying dudes weren't athletes. Like Gerald Green, was probably the top top 5 max, but top 10 athletes I've ever seen in terms of his athleticism. Like, my goodness. And he's 38 now. Believe it or not, it's been 20 years since he came out of high school.
Straight from high school, yeah.
It was great to see Gerald win something. And I know he's had a hard luck career and probably came out of, won a dunk contest, but he still wants to play in the league, and he hit 6 threes. He learned how to shoot. If he had learned how to shoot 10 years ago like he did now, whoa, boy. It was good to see those guys. A lot of the guys, Corey Brewer, now former Florida Star teammate, former college teammate Al Horford, winning a championship. Gary Payton is the coach. So, yeah, I think the big 3 could work international. I think Ice Cube has got a great idea, and I know he's like kind of the guy that, the NBA doesn't want to. Let's be honest. Like, why don't they show these games on ESPN or some of these things? Yeah. Like, I've seen enough cornhole. I've seen enough.
Last time we had you on, you was watching some dude on there. That's right.
Cornhole competition. They had a brother doing cornhole. I'm like,
that's right.
What's it doing right now?
And then, and Max, y'all seen the slapping game? Y'all seen where they slap each other?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's on TV now.
Yeah, that's on TV.
They did that in the hood for free.
Exactly, for real. Like, I know that some brother was like, wait a minute, man. I got arrested for this, and now
but your opponent didn't just let you do that, though.
I slapped Curtis after he took my girl, and now I got arrested for that, and now I can go pro.
You could have won some scratch with that, man. You could have competed.
What's going on here? Like, we're legitimizing stuff that brothers used to get arrested for. Yeah. Like, our new president, whoever it is, hopefully we'll see who needs to make some adjustments to these things.
You know what?
Because there's some brothers in jail for slapping another guy, and he could go pro doing that.
Wow. I was surprised, though, when we did have Ice Cube on, and he went in. We talked to a little bit about a bunch of different things. Man. And one of them, other than that, is, because he was the commentator. He was the what was he, Josue? The narrator, one of the narrators for.
Oh yeah, for the 30
30 for 30.
30 for 30.
Yeah, that was starring Cedric Maxwell.
He said he hated. He said, well, I don't hate anybody. That's what he started off with. I said, well, how you feel about ML Carr? And he went, oh man. Oh man. He went into a whole nother circle when he said ML Carr's name. It was just absolutely crazy. I was like, ML Carr. He said, man, I couldn't stand that brother.
Max, I told you there's probably still a hit on ML Carr in LA. ML's 68 now?
Yo, Gary,
I would tell him to get security. I'd say, don't go back to LA without no security. You need to get some securody.
Yeah, Max told Cube the story about Fatburger.
Don't have him do this. Oh boy.
Max told Cube about the story when he went to when ML Carr went to Fatburger, and they were like, "We ain't serving you, man. Get out of here." Like, of course, man. What did you think? You think LA's gonna forgive you? It was like the day after they won the championship, I think, right, Max? Something like that.
It was that summer.
I tried to tell you, Max.
It was the summer.
It was that summer. It was that summer.
The Olympics. That anybody who was with the Celtics came back to LA during that summer, and we just got beat up.
Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, lastly, man, before we get you out of here, Gary, the Jaylen Brown versus Nike / Team USA. What's your take on this whole thing, man? I mean, like, is it a snub? Is Jaylen like got something here? And
hold up, Josue. Hold up, Josue.
What up?
Jaylen got a rap song out, and you ain't said a word. Like what?
Yo, I was gonna bring it up, but I know you didn't. I figured you didn't hear it yet.
Guy, like, what you think? Because like. I was like, I got
a take. But what do you think? What do you think about it?
What I think about the rap song? I think it was a rap song.
If he wasn't Jaylen Brown, people would be like, "Oh, this is pretty. This ain't bad." But because it's Jaylen, you know what I mean? It's like, that's just the way it is for NBA players, man. I'm sorry, Dame Lillard. Allen Iverson back in the day, even the late great Kobe Bryant, like you could come with some of the hardest like lyrics, but it's like, yo, man, you're a basketball player, man. Like it just doesn't resonate the same. You get what I'm saying? Like I can't think of another like. I heard Shaq back in the day. I gotta hear it, but I heard Shaq was kind of like one of the better ones that you could sort of say, okay, this fits.
The Shaq song with Biggie. Have you ever heard? Oh,
that's a great song. That one I heard. Yeah, because you told me to. Actually, it was you. Yeah, you told me. Yeah, it was on. I looked it up. Now it's on streaming. But
Biggie killed it. Like Biggie's verses. Right. Apparently, Shaq said Biggie literally was like came into the studio, said, "Give me a joint," and then 20 minutes later, he was like, "Okay, my verses are done." Like when y'all ready to lay the shot. Like he came in and was like Shaq was all prepared, and Biggie came in, did the little act, and then literally 20 minutes later, was like,
okay, that thing.
Yeah, I've written my verses. Let's do this. Y'all ready? Because I got no place else to be, and then just killed it. I mean, I was a little disturbed by Jaylen smoking a cigar. Like I didn't think he was that. What do you
think about the Swisher line? You know what a Swisher is?
No, what's a what? No, I'm sorry.
It's a cigar that's known for rolling something else up. So I was surprised he dropped that line as well. Yeah, but I don't know if that's like if that's what he was doing in the video, but Swishers are definitely, they're not used for just the cigars, put it that way. So I was a little surprised by it. Max, I gotta play it for you, man. But again, like if you don't know it's Jaylen Brown, you're like, this guy's not that bad.
No, I saw.
But then it's Jaylen, you're like,
I saw.
Oh, you saw the video?
Yeah, my daughter turned me on to the video, and I was like, when he put the gold thing on, and he started shaking, and then he went into this whole rap. I was like,
and then. And we talked about this on the podcast. Who is ASAP Ferg? Like, what does that mean, man?
Oh, okay, so ASAP Ferg, this is like, man, it was like a decade ago. The ASAP crew came out and they all sort of just went, like, they all have their solo careers after the fact. But it was ASAP Rocky, it was ASAP Ferg, ASAP. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and they all started their name with that. And then like they branched off into their own solo careers. And I say ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg are probably the ones that are still going, still relevant. But yeah, he's been a fan.
ASAP Rocky he's married to, is it Rihanna? Is that who he's married to? Who's married to Rihanna? They have 2 kids together, I believe. But yeah, they're married. Yeah. Well, okay. He's married to a billionaire. Okay, he's ASAP, whatever he can be. SAP one.
And because of that, Max, he drops an album like every 6 years, man. But yeah, he's due. But ASAP Ferg, I'd say, has had a couple more albums in the last few years. But yeah, I mean, when you hear Ferg take over, you're like, okay, this is a rapper. You know what I mean? But like again, like I just feel like the flow and everything, it isn't bad, but because it's Jaylen, it's like NBA players can't get outside of that element.
My regular job. I would keep my regular job.
But the fact that NBA Finals MVP dropped a rap track.
Not everybody can rap, though. Nobody, not everybody can rap. And it's just
Thank you.
Like, first of all,
it's not the only thing he knows, guys.
I'm going to show my age. Like, this new generation kid, y'all talk. I'm here, and they put a beat on it. Like y'all, like you put some of these old, you put Rakim up there. Rakim tear these dudes up. Big Daddy Kane, but tear these dudes apart. Like just flow and rhythm.
Yeah, I kind of blame 50 for that, man. 50 kind of started that whole I'm not singing, but I'm kind of just like doing the hook, like you know what I mean?
Like Jay-Z he's the Michael Jordan of talking rappers. Like, dude, you ain't rapping, you talking. Like, I can hear that. One of my homeboys to do that. Like, where's the rhythm, the flow? Like, that's me. I'm for my age or whatever. Like, I know,
man. like back then, I feel like they were told if you don't change your style, if you keep rapping like this, we're not gonna get on the radio. So I feel like maybe that was part of it as well, man. But you're right though. People don't rap the way they used to. The speed is completely slowed down. Yeah, man. I feel like Jaylen just wanted to get some stuff off his chest, man. I feel like there's some subliminals in there as well. I don't know about his, the girl that he's with, and Nike shots at Nike and all that stuff. But along those lines, like, what's your take on that whole thing? Because it's hard to say from the outside looking in.
Look, we ain't gonna talk no more about that. My house cleaners are here, about to go in my room. They're asking me, so we're gonna get Gary off right now.
Oh man, but I was gonna ask him about the Jaylen and Nike thing real quick. About the Nike Team USA.
We'll talk. I'll be up with y'all next week. We talk about Lonnie Walker, great signing.
Yeah, that's right. 15th man right there.
There you go.
I'm stunned that they, I've written the last week or so that he's still out there, and I'm like, he's only 25. Why is he still not on a minimum deal? And it might be the end of the line for our friend O'Shea Brissett, who opted out of the championship team and thought he was going to get paid somewhere else, and now he might have to get a training camp invite. Yeah. But I think Lonnie Walker is exactly what the Celtics need. You need, like I've always said, like a Jamal Crawford type of dude who come off the bench and get you some points, get your buckets. When Jason and Jaylen give them a break, you need some scoring. This dude can put it down. So if you look at his numbers and per minute, I think that's a great signing. So,
So next week, folks, we're going to get into that. I want to thank you again for coming in. It was great. Although your French fries, that was some bullshit.
You wanted to hear some gourmet meals.
Thank you for coming in with us, and we're going to peace out right now.
All right, see y'all. Josue Pavon here, CLNS Media, and if you made it this far, that means you really like this video. So hit subscribe, make sure you keep our notifications on, damn it, and we got plenty of great content coming your way.